How we doing there, boys and girls? Manthieus here, and welcome back to a new video, and more importantly, a new year. This is my first video of 2024. I hope you guys had a great Christmas and a great New Year. I definitely had fun all the way until I got the flu, and that put me out of action for a few days, and so I'm a touch late to 2024, but I hope you all had a good New Year and a good Christmas and a good festive period, and you are well. We were streaming again today. We've started the live stream up again, and I was doing a whole bunch of random stuff, but some things, for whatever reason, we got onto the topic of discussion that I wanted to bring to you guys today, because it ended up being quite fun and quite interesting. We got onto the topic of discussion about, well, how much gold does the average person actually have in World of Warcraft? Most people know how much gold they have. I know how much gold I have. You probably know how much gold you have, but we kind of live in a bit of a bubble. If you're watching this video, or more importantly, if you're a regular subscriber to the channel, you are probably a little bit more invested in gold making than average Joe. And we live in a bit of a bubble. We tend to feel that it's, you know, because we know how to make gold and we craft things, we know how to go out and do some farming. We are happy to do that to generate some of our gold. But not everybody sits in that boat, right? Some of us have more gold than others, and just how much does the average person have? There's been a few people over the years that have tried to figure this out. But, you know, the problem is whoever you question, their audience is going to be slightly biased in one way or the other. If I was to put out a poll and ask all of you guys how much gold do you have on average, I suspect the number would probably not really be the average. It'd probably be a step above, because you're more invested in the art of making gold in the first place. And same for anybody else that's ever tried to sort of put any of this data together. And then we remembered there's some information that we have access to in-game, which is quite cool. If you press Y and you open your achievements, you'll also see there's a tab at the bottom, Statistics. And in here does have, this is character specific, not account specific, mind, but it does have a wealth tab. And this shows you a whole bunch of stats about your character. So this character of mine, this is my main hunter. This is my hunter that I've played with for the longest of time. You can see total gold acquired, 5.4 million gold. I've looted a bunch of that. I've made, wow, nearly 500,000 gold just from quest rewards on this character. And I've, over the years, have posted stuff, and I've made 4.7 million gold from auctions on this character. So you can start to see where your gold came from, how you got it, and so on and so on. But how does this help us answer the question of, well, how much gold does people have? How much gold does the average person have? Well, what some people weren't aware of, apparently, was that you can actually see these stats for any player in the game, right? If you stroll up to somebody, I'm going to pick you because you're here. You can stroll up to anybody in the game, and you can actually right-click and compare achievements. So you can compare your stats against theirs. So if we do the same, we go to character, we go to wealth. Now yours are here, but this is theirs. And you can do this for any character. You can see how much gold they've acquired, and they've run off now. Clearly, they've got to stay within range, I think, for this to work. What about you? Let's go for somebody that's probably AFK. Miss Windrunner. No, you're running about. You're bounced about. Let's pick Shock Rock. Shock Rock. How much do you have? Let's quickly inspect you. Statistics. So here you can see some gold has been acquired. They've made most of it from questing. They've sold a few things on the auction house. Realistically, not much, though. They've only ever posted 2 things. And so you can start to see this information. And if you were to do this for enough people, you'd start to get a bit of an idea, a bit of an impression about what the average might be. And along came the rescue, somebody who is probably very well known to you, even if you don't realise. It's the add-on creator who made Craft Sim. He joins in the stream occasionally from time to time, and he was like, I can put this together in an add-on. And so he did just that. He made a little add-on that is basically what he has called Wealth Auditor. I've installed it, and I wanted to showcase it to you today because it's a little bit of fun, and I think it could be quite funny for people to sort of use this with their guild mates and stuff, maybe without them knowing, just to see what their reactions are. So once you've got it installed, the add-on is called, did I call it right? It is called Wealth Auditor. I will leave a link to this in the description down below so you can install it and have a little bit of a play with it yourself. it basically does what I did manually there. But what it does is it puts it in a nice little box for you here. What it basically does is pull a couple of statistics. It pulls the most gold ever owned, and it pulls the gold that that player has earned from auctions, and it displays it to you in this little window. I apologise for the video. It might be a touch small. I might zoom into it so you can have a little bit of a look. But now all you need to do is you literally just target anybody, and it will pull those two statistics and it will showcase it to you very quickly. So you can kind of do a little bit of a snoop. You can sort of peer into people's accounts, which, you know, I can understand some people might feel a bit weird about this, but, you know, currency in a game, it's technically, you can technically see it if you do it the long way anyway, so, you know, it's all good fun. I think this could be quite funny for people to use. Like, you go guild, you're in your guild, you go do some raiding, whatever, somebody complains that they forgot to go to the auction house to get some potions. You can then kindly remind them that they're definitely wealthy enough to afford the potions. Don't be so damn lazy. Whatever use case you have for it, I think it could be quite fun. But you can go around and you can have a little bit of a look at some of the player characters and see how much they've made and how much. You know, the important one for me, the interesting one for me, is the most gold ever owned numbers, and how much gold is made from the auctions. Clearly, this is a player that doesn't do any auctions on this character, at least. They might have an alt that has some auctions. This player has had most gold ever owned, 70k. Made 10,000 of that from auctions. It's just information, it's just data, it's a little bit silly, but it did lead me to the understanding, something that I've kind of thought for a while, and you guys might have your own impressions and thoughts on this, that the average player probably doesn't have much more than a token's worth of gold at any point ever. I would imagine there's probably some people that have never had more than a single token's worth of gold, simply because as soon as they get enough, they think, well, I'll cash some of that out. I'll cash some of that gold out and I'll get myself a bonus 30 days of game time, or I'll get myself some Blizzard balance and I can put it towards the next expansion, whatever the case may be. I thought with this, when we were testing prior to it, I thought, what is the most silly, what is the most extreme character I can have a look at to see what these stats are? And I thought about my Shadowlands Legendary auction house character. A character that was online, what felt to be almost 12 hours a day for some parts of the expansion. But this character was made for Shadowlands. They did pretty much nothing but sell legendaries all the way through Shadowlands, and I've practically not played them since. This character, because you can use this against yourself, this character, most gold ever owned, no surprises here, is nearly gold cap. This character was gold capped quite frequently. But the gold earned from auctions, I think, is ridiculous. And I'll be intrigued to see if any of you guys have got a character that's got a bigger number. I'm sure there are definitely some of you that do. In fact, I could probably name some of you that definitely do. But this one single character has made 394 million gold from auctions. And it did that just throughout Shadowlands alone. And of course, being in the Shrine, some of you may recognize this spot. The Shrine is prime location for bank alts. If you are not aware, if you happen to be Alliance and you pick up engineering, you can use the Shrine over in Mr. Pandaria. And this little area is fantastic for bank alts because you have a mailbox, you have a vendor, you have a bank, you have a guild bank, and of course you have the auctioneer all in one spot. Makes it for some very quick and easy, convenient, plus you have instant logouts, whatever the case may be. Lots of people put their bank alts here. But if we go kind of snooping, we can look at a few people in here and we can do some snooping. You can see there's somebody here that's got a lot of gold, but has only recently been doing auction housey stuff over here. There's a few names that appear multiple times. Clearly a few people with a few different accounts. Clothmaster, 435,000 gold, 1.6 million made from auctions. It's just kind of quite fun to see how much gold some people have had. So I won't let this video roll on too far. I'll leave the links to this little add-on. It's available on CurseForge. I'll leave the link to the add-on in the description down below. We had a little bit of fun with this, running around, seeing how rich and how poor some people were in the game. and I'm sure it's something you can have some fun with as well. I'll leave it there though. If you liked the video, boys and girls, please give the video a like. It really does help the channel. And of course, if you are new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button. But I've been Manthieus. I'll see you all next time. Peace.